Ngezana. Ngezana has won the Romanian Defender of the Year, plus also the best foreign player in the Romanian league that he's playing in for FCSB, otherwise known as Steaua Bucharest back in the day. Ngezana has surprised everybody by going to the Romanian league. Everybody here thought that man, Inkomo, and all of that type of stuff. And there he is shining that side. And firstly, I want to say well done. After going through everything he's going through, now being a Bafana starter, we don't know for how long or what that's going to do, but now that he's a Bafana starter, he's winning awards that side, he's playing Champions League. Hey, yazi, umnandu baungezana right now, or Europa League. Umnandu baungezana right now, and I just wanted to say well done to the boy, but it brings me to a very interesting conversation. I want to have a conversation about maybe the way we view players. And I've often said that, as South Africans, we have a tendency of liking a certain type of football with a certain type of player, and taking that and making our assessment on everybody. And I think that is a bit of an issue. I mean, we see it in the developmental places where all of the developmental coaches during the trials are looking for the flashy player, Mangashai Spaitu or something like that. Nobody worries about the quiet players, the players that don't make a noise but do a job. It's those players that when your team is missing them, all of a sudden you realize, good time, man, this person was a little bit more impressive or a little bit more important than I thought he was. And it speaks to the Ngezana situation. It speaks to the fact that I think we do have a problem in the country in appreciating some things that are different. We've had players go overseas that haven't gotten the love here. And I think it's because overseas clubs see them for what they are, instead of trying to hold up this standard, man, that we don't know where it comes from. Ngezana may not be a ball-playing defender. Ngezana may not be the best carrier of the ball. He may not be the best passer of the ball. But that side, you know what they say of him? They say that he's got tactical awareness. They say he's an imposing figure in defense. And maybe we need to start looking at ourselves and saying, are we not giving enough credit to some of those players? But what he has is good enough to do the defensive duties. I mean, think about it. We have players like Aubrey Modiba, for example, and please don't take this wrong. Aubrey Modiba is not the best defender, right? I'm not saying he's bad, but he's not the best defender. But we love him because he can invert into midfield, or he can take the ball, and make some passes and play some 1-2s. But fundamentally for the role that he plays, is he a left back, or is he a player that happens to be at left back or starts from the left back position to go play? Often when Sundowns is played, he's covered by the other defenders, which is fine. It's all about teamwork. And it allows the coach to have another midfielder on the pitch, essentially. Right? Which is all well and good. But then, how do we look at Lebusa, who has to cover? Not the best ball player. Not the best carrier of the ball. But he's somebody that does his job. Does his job so well that everybody else can do their jobs. I'm okay, Khan. So are these players that we look at, are they such bad players? Or do we want these players to play outside of what they're used to? A lot of the conversation that happens in South African football is, we need quality. I want quality. We need a player that can do this, and modern football dictates this, and modern football dictates that. Meanwhile, Team Yako has none of those players. Meanwhile, Team Yako won't be able, or is not even winning games at that time. But yet you stay with this thing of here's the modern football, ngifuna defender yami bambi ball, ngifuna bemnandi what. Naba bongezana bayahamba. You failed to give him credit when he was here because it did not fit the mold of these mythical players, man, these unbelievable players. The reality is that we only have a handful of those players anyway. And even those players are not adaptable players. It's just that there've been systems that have been created around them. Now we watch Siyabonga Ngezana be good that side, instead of when he was here going, this is what his strengths are. So because his strengths are this, I'm gonna coach towards this. I'm gonna play towards this. This is going to be what I focus on. And whether it be just to hold on for now, up till a time where I can get somebody in who can do what I want them to do. But man, I think these type of stories show us. Aburi were English Prem players, weren't that highly rated in his Golden Arrows years, for example. They go that side, and because those teams see them for what they are, they're very successful. And maybe in South Africa, we have to start realizing that not every team has a Williams, not every team has a Mudiba, not every team has a Kutsia, not every team has a Mokoena, a Zwane, not every team has a Ribeiro and all of those players. You can make stars of players, of your players by just playing them to their strengths. Stop doing higher grade things or judging a fish by its ability to fly. Put it in the water, let it swim, get your results. And lastly, I just want to say, man, again, well done to Ngezana after all of the criticism. I'm sure, hey, it wasn't nice being here. And now he's one of the big stars that side. Who knows? His value has skyrocketed. Apparently, there are French teams that are looking for him, that want to sign him. He's worth hundreds of millions of rands now, from being worth very little here. We laughed when he went overseas. Now get perform. Sorry to interrupt the video that I'm sure you're enjoying, but I just wanted to say thank you for all of the support that you guys have shown me and my Overthinking Football platform. I'm a one-man band that's doing all of this, and I really do enjoy the comments about how, you know, Supersport needs to come fetch me and SABC and all of that stuff. And I think it speaks to the quality of the content, but also the amount of effort that I put in. So I just wanted to say thank you. But the truth is that Abu Supersport and all of those guys, yes, we're competing with them, but it's a completely different place. The sponsors are looking for former players, and to be honest with you, running some of these things is getting so difficult, and things have changed at home. So financially, it's a whole different world. So I wanted to try something new and come to the overthinkers, the people who watch the content, and say it would be incredible if you guys could contribute monthly towards the platform, towards keeping my lights on, but also making sure that all of the crazy things that I want to do, that I want to take Supersport on with, I can actually do. And just for 20 Rand every month, I think that would be an incredible contribution if you can make it. It may sound like a little, but if we can get a lot of people behind it, then we'll be able to carry on doing what I do. I'll be able to carry on giving you the content and also expanding it, because we don't have shows like this, and us content creators need help from our audiences. So I just came here to ask you if you can. Here is the account number that you guys can use in order to contribute. And I think, yeah, I'd be very grateful if you would. But anyway, let's get back to the video. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.